I would like to explain souls in the Elder Scrolls universe to you today. When playing any of the Elder Scrolls games, Arena, Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, ESO, Elder Scrolls Blades, Redguard, Battlespire, or any of the Shadowkey games of olden times, my god, there is a lot of these games, isn't there? You will come across souls in some form of way, whether it be through someone talking about them, an explanation in a book, or you will encounter and use them for your own non-sinister reasons, because why would anybody in the Elder Scrolls universe ever use someone's soul for evil? Yeah, well, that's not the point. The point is that most stories told in these games have some form of involvement from a soul, and we're here to ask, what is a soul in the Elder Scrolls? In Oblivion and Skyrim, there is a book with the title Souls Black and White, written by an anonymous user, but whoever it is has some experience in knowing souls. Well, a bit about them anyway. Here is an extract from the book. Every creature, living or dead, is powered by a soul. Without it, they are just lumps of flesh or piles of bones. This animating force can be contained within a soul gem, if the soul gem has the capacity. From the gem, the power can be used to power magical items. So any entity you come across is powered by a soul, either a white soul or a black soul, and there is a massive difference with white souls being for lesser creatures like, let's say, animals, whilst the illegal black soul gems are for higher creature souls like man and mare. With lesser creatures, their souls linger for a while, so this makes the use of white soul gems safe, whilst with men and mare and beast folk, black soul gems are actually illegal due to how dangerous they can be to use. The caster of the soul trap spell trying to get a soul can actually have their soul leak into the gem too, which is not what you want. Hence a huge reason on why necromancy is not legal with most schools of magic. Schools should not endanger their students, so I have no quarrels with this. Now of course, souls aren't just confined to where they can go. With them being so easy to get, centuries have allowed inquisitive minds to use and abuse them for their own evil needs, whilst others have used them for good. It wouldn't be a good fantasy world if it was as simple as person dies, soul goes to heaven, yada yada yada. So we know with white souls they are safe to get, safe enough to use, and with black soul gems they are illegal and can cause problems for the caster if not done right. It is actually believed that the person dabbling in necromancy starts to have their soul corrupted, which might help explain a lot of evil people in Tamriel's history, or maybe that's just an excuse for those people who suck and just want to be mean and evil. Now, why would most people want to harvest a soul? Usually it's to use magic to manipulate it into an object such as a weapon or a piece of armor or even a spoon. You ever want to be part of something bigger in your life, like a kitchen utensil? Let's say with beast folk, specifically Argonians, it is thought that since they all come from the Hist also forces a soul in the Argonian's vessel, and upon the said Argonian's death, the soul returns right back to the Hist. Another example of how souls can differ would be with Daedra, because the Daedra do not have a soul per se, but since it's summoned from a plane of oblivion, when slain in the overworld of Nirn, its vessel simply returns to the oblivion realm it came from, and is then reformed into a new one, hence why Daedra are so scary. They really are never ending. It helps to explain why Mehrunes Dagon could force out so many numbers during the Oblivion Crisis. Daedra are crafted with a material known as the Zuroplasm, which is found all over the realms of Oblivion, and, funny enough, if a conjured Daedra soul traps their master, they can free themselves. Wouldn't that be pretty cool? If Bethesda made it so in Skyrim there was a chance your summoned Daedra might have a chance of doing that, depending on how low or high your conjuration is, that would be a pretty great RPG feature. In an event that happened in Elder Scrolls history known as the Soul Burst, where Varen Aquilarius attempted to become Dragonborn in strange means, the resulting reaction was all souls meant to go to the Soul Cairn went to Cold Harbor instead, which resulted in more Soul-Shriven for Molag Bal to use and abuse. The Soul-Shriven being mindless slaves to the Daedric Prince of lots of evil things, does this chap actually ever stop being evil? So next we need to talk about something used in the Dawnguard DLC and in a prior game before. Something quite important when talking about souls, and that is the Soul Cairn, a place far out of the reaches of Tamriel folk run by mysterious entities known as the Ideal Masters. Little to nothing is known about these masters. They are enigmatic entities that run this awfully scary place filled with the souls trapped in black soul gems. When you encounter the Soul Cairn in Skyrim, you might come across some familiar faces like Jib from Morrowind, and then go on to see other roaming spirits from different parts of history and different places, all who met their end in a black soul gem. This is what happens when you decide to take and use someone's soul, and when creating characters with a necromancy fueled background. Maybe you should make sure your morals, them two words can be confusing. Your morals are in check with the reality of the situation. You are trapping people into soul care where Talos knows what happens to them, since we have only gotten a peek at the place. Alongside this, the Ideal Masters have also apparently made deals with necromancers, according to Serana's mother Valerica. But this will almost always end up in the necromancer being tricked and entrapped into soul care forever. Apparently there is a rumor amongst those who dabble in necromancy that the Ideal Masters even use souls as a currency to sell to higher beings. Now wouldn't that be interesting? Like the gold coins we use are actually people's souls, and they are like ants under our boot which we don't notice kind of thing, you know? Like the reality of the higher beings of the Elder Scrolls series seems terrifying. They do scary things and we feel so powerful in these games but end up paling in comparison to these gods and entities. So this is a bunch of information on souls in the Elder Scrolls universe. If you start up a new game in any of the games right now and play 3 hours, you will come across at least 2 to 3 quests and have some form of use with souls. They can be used for good, used for bad, but they bring about an interesting premise for any quest they are brought into, and we for sure will have many more evil villains who will utilize this in the future games. But yes, do make sure to enjoy your gaming experiences today. Hopefully you learned something new. Enjoy your day. Goodbye.